Today is the day that everybody's been asking me to talk about one product stores and if they're actually worth getting involved with. Well, let me just tell you everything I know about one product stores. Let's get into it. One product stores are absolutely incredible, and I truly do believe that the way forward in e-commerce, or at least the wave right now, is actually one product stores. And as a matter of fact, I'm helping somebody, his name's Chang, and I'm helping him go from 6 to 8K a day to, I'm trying to aim for around 20 to 30K a day. And we just rolled out new campaigns, and this is particularly around one particular product. Now, I will say that being able to achieve these type of numbers, and for the record, the profit margin is anywhere from 20 to 40% based on the campaigns as well. But again, being able to achieve these type of numbers is very hard doing it with a generic store. However, a generic store in comparison to a one product store is easier to test what works. But a one product store, I will say, is a lot easier to scale and see these type of results. Doing $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a day, it's a lot easier than it is doing it on a generic store. Now, currently at this time, I'm actually creating another one product store, and it's a product that I've seen for a decent amount of time now. And again, I'm just flashing, I'm not showing the exact product as of yet. I'm creating as a case study for my 100K Blueprint students and how I'm creating it and doing all that, building out the Instagram page. And that's what I really wanted to focus on in this particular video, is how to go out there and create one of those particular stores and how I'm doing it, how I set it all up, and a lot of the focal points that a lot of people skip over in order to go ahead and have a lot of success with one product stores. And for the record, I've actually gone out there and have watched other YouTubers explain how, they've made a big amount of revenue with their store. However, they don't really explain the nitty-gritty details. This video is going to go in and explain the nitty-gritty details. So let's just talk about logo really quickly. The first thing that you can do when it comes down to a logo is you can go on Fiverr, you can go on 99 Designs, you can go on multiple different sites. Now, for simplicity purposes, the one logo designer that I use currently on Fiverr will deliver the logo within a single day. Now, here's the thing. I don't strive for perfection when it comes to a logo. The reason being is because I want proof of concept, proof of sales first, before I go out there and really structure something for more expensive logo design. So I'll spend $10, get a logo, put it to my store, put it on my store, and roll with it that way. And it works really, really simply. I'm gonna put a link in the description down below of the designer that I use. Again, these logos aren't anything special, but they get the job done. And it's good enough to use in order to get you going and in order to go ahead and start getting your store created. So that's what I'm talking about, or that's what I want to let you know in regards to logos. The other thing that I look for is the Instagram handle. When I create the domain name or the website name or the store name, whatever you want to call it, more than anything, the domain name, I typically want to link it up with Instagram. However, it typically doesn't always work out. For example, if you go after, let's just say, Dan's Clothing on Instagram might not be there, but Dan's Clothing Co. might be. And my shop URL might be dansclothing.com, but my Instagram is Dan's Clothing Co. And again, it might not be a one-to-one exact match, but it's good enough. But if I can get a one-to-one exact match that's really good, I'll go on Instagram, swipe it up, and make sure that I own that Instagram handle, because we're going to be using that when we use influencers and when we're also advertising on Facebook ads. We want to go ahead and have that particular Instagram handle for ourselves. Now, when it comes down to Instagram, and now that you have the Instagram page, it's going to take you a few days perhaps to get your logo back, to build your store, to get everything set up in place. So roughly what I would do is I would post a picture every single day, so it doesn't look like you just post it all at one time. So you post a picture on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and 5 days go by. You created your entire store, you have everything linked up, you have your logo back, and now you have 5 pieces of content on your particular Instagram page that, again, doesn't look like it's a brand new page. But obviously you're going to want to go ahead and space out your content and keep on adding more content as your page grows and as you keep creating your page. And again, there's so many ways that you can do this. You can go ahead and buy a page from those Instagram selling forums or Instagram account sites, whatever it is. You can buy a page that already has pre-existing followers, change the name, use those followers, and kind of growth hack it that way. But it's a quick route to save a few $100 if you don't want to go and buy a page. On the flip side of it, what I will say is that if you want to go ahead and you want to have ideally over 10,000 followers, you can use something like Primegram. Primegram is a social media panel, and they provide you with different type of social media services, which is followers, likes, whatever it is. And if you release a new picture and you want to get a lot of likes or even some comments on there, you can use PrimeGram. It's fairly cheap as well to go ahead and get these type of engagements. Obviously, it's not real, but it'll give the perception that it's real. So you have one of two options. You can either get a page, you can buy a page that's already pre-existing, or you can make your own and go ahead and just get fake engagement. Now, obviously, fake engagement isn't allowed on Facebook or just Instagram in general. It's against their terms of service. So again, do this at your own risk. I'm not suggesting it, but I will tell you that I do it myself occasionally when I'm trying to build something and I don't want to spend $200, $300, $400 on a new page and change the name and do all of that. So that's kind of a shortcut that you can do. PrimeGram is what I use. The link will be in the description down below as well. Next, what you want to consider is the color scheme. Now, the colors is very, very important. Obviously, blue is associated with comfort, green associated with money. Colors have a lot of psychological effects on people. Not a lot of marketers put a lot of emphasis into this, or beginner marketers. I see a lot of people that create their store and they'll keep it very simple. Now, at the end of the day, colors aren't super, super important, but they do have a significant impact depending on the market that you're in. For example, baby clothes. If you have baby clothes and it's just black and gray, it's very bland. But if there's like blue and pink, obviously that makes it better, and given it goes well with the baby niche. So again, use colors at your own discretion, but you can use this tool called Adobe Color. And Adobe Color, if you just search your color, you'll be able to go ahead and find similar colors that work with your primary color. So if you search pink, it'll show you all the pinks, and it'll also show you other colors that work really well with pink that you can use in your store. And they'll even go ahead and give you the code, the color code, the hexacolor code for the actual color that you want to use. So it's very useful, definitely something I suggest. Next, I also want to talk about font. Now, font is really important. Keeping your theme default font is not something I would recommend. And what I would recommend doing is go to fontpair.co and take a look at the different fonts that work well with each other, and then edit your theme in order to go ahead and have different font. That's differentiation, and it goes ahead and allows you to stand out. So if there's another store with the same theme, it doesn't look exactly the same because your font is a little bit different. Your colors are also there as well. So at the end of the day, you want to differentiate yourself as best as you possibly can, and using different font is some way that you can go ahead and differentiate yourself. Now I'm going to briefly cover this. It's 3 apps that I will suggest. Mailfunnels for cart abandonment, and then you also want TriFunnels. And what we're doing in TriFunnels is we're creating TriFunnels to be a one product store type of application, meaning that I want to go ahead and have TriFunnels just be for one product stores right now because it works so dang well, and it's seamless when it comes to the pre-purchase upsells. So again, this is something huge that a lot of people will make a lot of money off of. So right now this is working really well. However, we're testing this internally on a lot of different layouts and different themes for high conversions, which again, I'll be creating more content about in regards to one product stores and using TriFunnels as well. The last one is SMS Bump. SMS Bump is great. You want to have 1 hour and 10 hours set up for cart abandonment text messages. The ROIs on that have been insane. Even when I'm performing at volume, we're looking at like 1,500% ROI. And again, people that are performing at smaller levels, they're seeing like 20,000% ROI, which is insane. So again, SMS Bump is definitely an application that I would recommend. Set up your cart abandonment for 10 hours and 1 hour, that performs the best. And the last thing I want to do is tell you about products and keeping your product images extremely clean. Now, I was recently going out there and using clipping magic for the longest time when I wanted to take a product from AliExpress and have the background removed and just add white to it. So I actually found, I think it's background or removal.bg. That's it, remove.bg. And that's my new favorite source. It gives you the free image, and I'm just like, oh, I don't have to pay for clipping magic anymore. So I'm super, super cheap about certain things, and I don't like paying $1 for every background I have to remove. So again, I really like the fact that remove.bg, there will be a link in the description down below, lets you do this. So you can take an image from AliExpress and then you can go ahead and remove it, remove the background if it's an ugly background. And the coolest part about it is once you download it, you can take it into Canva, add a white background to it, and then upload it to your store, and it looks super, super clean when it's on your store because of the fact that, well, there's no background, ugly background, and you could just use the product as is with a really, really clean background. You can add any colors that you want to. As a matter of fact, I'm helping a friend with her store, and I went ahead and gave her this exact example of using pink for her lashes, and even went ahead and showed her that you can use, like Pixaloop. It's an iPhone application to create a visual, like a video visual of of a really cool presentation that you could potentially use as an ad or a post on your Instagram. So again, creating your images for your store is also very important. You want to keep it very clean and very nice looking. Like I mentioned, advertising is a whole other beast in itself, and I will be creating a video series around that. However, if you're having trouble confirming if your dropshipping product is a good one, I suggest watching this video right over here in order to go ahead and see if your particular product is one that has over 6 figures in potential. So make sure you subscribe with notifications, and I'll see you tomorrow.